Hello everyone, welcome again to another video. So today I wanted to talk about what are the things that I think Zimbabwe generally gets wrong when it comes to AI. And when I say Zimbabwe here, I'm generally referring to the stakeholders that are involved in this situation, like the people that are the consumers of the AI, the people who are interested in investing in AI in Zimbabwe, people who are interested in regulating and building the correct environments for AI in Zimbabwe, for AI capabilities. So I'd say like the first thing that I always talk about when it comes to AI is that the main problem that almost everyone has is that there is no clear definition as to what winning in AI actually looks like. There's no clear definition in what being competitive in AI looks like. There's no clear definition in what matrix are we using to measure whether or not we are being successful in AI. One second. Yeah, so there are no metrics that are currently established in to ensure that we are moving towards the right direction. And also the major problems that we have is that like when we're trying to establish what our goals should be, what our regulatory policies should be, we're looking at other countries, we're looking at other regions in terms of what works for them and what's been established as the correct regulatory framework for managing AI. But we are not at the same like technological level as they are. There have been a lot of progress in terms of the different styles of innovation when it comes to technology, such as like software as a service. There's a time when software as a service was really big. Then there was a time when blockchain looked like it was gonna take over the world. We haven't had as many SaaS companies that are coming out of our own country that have been successful, and we also still struggling with digitalizing most of our payments, which is going to be paramount if we're going to be even thinking or talking about AI. But then, at least with regions like that, with areas like that, or fields like that, it's easier for us to be able to set the targets and to be able to go, okay, if we are able to have this many SaaS companies that have recurrent revenues of this much money, then it means that we have achieved our milestones. For us in AI, we still don't have those milestones, and it's my contention that we are spending way too much time in conferences. We're spending way too much time in commissions and all of that stuff about AI and doing summits and all of this, instead of actually like sitting down and asking ourselves the most important questions, which is what exactly are we trying to achieve, and do we need AI to actually do that? Do we need like LLMs really at this particular moment? I don't think we do, and I don't think it makes any sense right now for us to be actually investing in AI related things, because the amount of capital that's needed to, let's say, if we're saying we want to be competitive in AI, the amount of capital that's needed to compete with companies like ChatGPT, to compete with companies like DeepSeek and them guys, is in the hundreds of billions. It's not in these million seed rounds that we want to be writing each other. So if we are talking about investing, we shouldn't be investing in AI, because it requires so much patient capital, and a lot of these firms that are still like jostling for somewhat first position with air quotes, haven't figured out how to make a lot of money how to make a lot of money recurrently. That's still a big problem to solve, to say, okay, how do we like monetize this? Because right now, if we are talking about wanting to invest in AI, we are going to need a lot of investors who have very, very patient capital and have a good understanding that this is going to be something that we're doing for like the long term. But that is it. But at the present moment, we don't even have our own cloud platform that we that we use. We don't have our own Southern African grown ERP systems. I think maybe except for like Synapse or something like that. But like for the most part, most of our companies and most of our government organizations, they rely on AWS, they rely on Azure, they rely on Oracle, and all of these other systems. But these are spaces that should be taken up by us. Instead of us like running around talking about AI, we should be talking about uh, ensuring that we build our software companies and make them the biggest in the continent, and mandate from the government, have it mandated that all of the government services are to use local, regional data storage and data processing organizations, you know. And this is when companies like my hand is shaking. There's a lot of ants where I'm sitting. So this is where a lot of companies like, hey, let me switch my hand. So this is where the company like Cassava Technologies would come in, to be storing the data, processing it securely, and ensuring that all of our data processing, that all of our data management is done by African companies, is done by Zimbabwean companies, is done by local entities, because AI, it still costs too much and returns too little right now for us to be investing in it. And I know maybe some people can disagree with me, that say like, oh yeah, we need to have representation in AI, but I would like those people who disagree with me to lead with their money, to show me where they have invested with their own capital, that they are not sure when they're going to be able to recoup it. Because African environments are very, very difficult to operate in for like people in the tech space, because the people who have the capital are not the same profile of investors as those that operate in places like Silicon Valley and Shenzhen and Chengdu and those types of places, because there the capital is a little bit much more patient. If if we are saying that we want to compete in AI, we have to establish proper evaluation metrics for what winning looks like. If we're saying that we want to compete in AI, we have to establish what what do we mean by winning? What do we mean by what do we mean by representation? Do we mean that we want to have our own data as participate as well in the creation of LLMs as well? What exactly is winning? Because if you're also talking about developers building ChatGPT wrappers, which are going to be made obsolete in 3-4 months when they release a new model or they release a new platform, then that's a massive waste of time. I think that we are we have a lot of ground to cover, which which is can still be low considered to be low hanging fruit, that we don't need to be talking about AI. And even if we are talking about AI, we need to be specific as to what exactly we're going for. This is Bulawi's data analyst. This video is a little bit too long, but thank you very much for watching. Cheers. I wanted to say peace, then I wanted to say cheese. So, cheese.